Welcome to TWC UK. In this video we're looking at complaints, customer feedback and continual improvement, and specifically what assessors may expect to see during an MCS assessment. Many installers view complaints as something negative, but from an assessment perspective they can actually provide useful evidence that systems are working correctly. The key issue is not whether complaints occur, but how they are managed, recorded and used to improve the business. Businesses will receive customer queries, concerns or complaints at some point. Assessors recognise this and are generally not looking for perfection. What they do expect to see is evidence that issues are handled professionally and consistently. Customer feedback, whether positive or negative, can provide valuable information about how a business is performing and where improvements may be needed. A recurring theme throughout Appendix A is that systems should not only exist but should also be demonstrated. Appendix A places considerable emphasis on documented processes and supporting evidence. Where a complaints process exists, assessors may wish to see that it is being followed in practice. This could include records, correspondence and evidence showing how issues have been managed. Importantly, the absence of complaints does not remove the need for a complaints process. Installers should still be able to explain how complaints would be handled should one arise. A complaints procedure should provide a clear and consistent framework for managing customer concerns. It should explain how complaints are received, who is responsible for investigating them, how customers are kept informed, and how matters are escalated if necessary. The procedure should give both staff and customers confidence that complaints will be dealt with fairly and consistently. Record keeping is essential. A complaint record should clearly show when the complaint was received, what the issue was and what actions were taken. It should also demonstrate that the customer was acknowledged and kept informed throughout the process. Many installers choose to acknowledge complaints within a defined period, such as 24 or 48 hours. The exact timescale is less important than having a process and applying it consistently. The purpose of an investigation is not simply to close the complaint, but to understand what happened. Where appropriate, consideration should be given to the root cause of the issue. This helps determine whether the complaint was an isolated event or an indication of a wider problem. Once the investigation is complete, the findings and any actions taken should be recorded and communicated to the customer. Customer feedback can be just as valuable as complaints. Positive feedback can demonstrate customer satisfaction and highlight areas where the business performs well. Negative feedback may identify opportunities for improvement before they develop into more significant issues. Even where a business has received no formal complaints, customer feedback can provide useful evidence that customer experiences are being considered and reviewed. One of the most common assessment themes is the difference between having a procedure and demonstrating that it is being followed. Assessors may wish to see that records can be located easily, investigations have been documented, and customer communications have been retained where appropriate. The objective is to demonstrate that the process is operating effectively rather than simply existing as a document within the quality management system. Complaints and customer feedback should not be viewed as administrative burdens. When managed effectively, they provide valuable information about customer experiences, business performance, and opportunities for improvement. The strongest businesses are not necessarily those that never experience problems. They are the businesses that identify issues, respond appropriately, learn from them, and demonstrate continued improvement. Thank you for watching. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing to TWC UK for future content covering MCS assessments, quality management systems, retrofit compliance, PAS 2035 and renewable energy installation standards. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.